Hello everyone, this is DomeNation, I'm Shey, and today I'm bringing you a guide for Mythic Elerethe Renferal. This boss has two forms, Spider and Rock. She will cycle between each form, starting with her Spider form, changing once she reaches 100 energy. Before she changes back to her Spider phase, from her Rock phase, she will fly across to a new platform. Each platform has a single mechanic unique to that platform. The ideal composition for this boss is 4 healers, 3 tanks, and a good mix of melee and ranged DPS. The entire raid should start stacked loosely together near the bridge to the second platform. Shortly after the boss is engaged, 2 tanks and 2 non-tanks each will get linked with Web of Pain. While linked, 100% of damage taken will also be reflected to your partner, and anyone who is hit by the web between you will take damage and get knocked back. The reflective damage is increased if you are further than 20 yards from your partner. The best way to handle this mechanic is to have linked members stack on each other and try not to knock people back. The next mechanic you will experience is Necrotic Venom. Renferal will place Necrotic Venom on 2 players. After the debuff expires, the affected players will drop venomous pools on the ground. Players who receive this debuff should immediately run to the edges of the room to drop their pools. Shortly after the first players are targeted with Necrotic Venom, Renferal will leap into the air and spawn some venomous spiderlings. Shortly after this, she will cast Vile Ambush, targeting one player with a large AoE ground effect. All players should immediately run to the opposite side of the platform to reduce damage taken. Players affected by Web of Pain should pop a defensive cooldown to avoid dying. The non-linked tank will pick up the spawned spiderlings and take them away from the boss due to their swarm ability. Spiderlings will also drop a venomous pool when killed. The boss will again cast Vile Ambush. The entire raid should simply run back to the starting position. Shortly after landing from Vile Ambush, Renferal will enter Phase 2, transforming into her Rock form. She will first cast Twisting Shadows, placing a debuff on 2 non-tank players. Once the debuff expires, the players will drop rather large tornadoes where they are standing. Please take care to never let a tornado touch a venomous pool. If this happens, then the tornadoes will spew venom, causing massive raid damage. As soon as the player's Twisting Shadows debuff wears off, Renferal will begin to cast Gathering Clouds. During this phase, all players will take massive raid damage and will be pushed away from the boss. The further from the boss you are, the more damage you will take. It is essential that all players remain stacked tightly on the boss. Players who had previously moved out of the group to drop Twisting Shadows should use a movement ability to quickly make it back to the group. As soon as Gathering Clouds ends, Renferal will drop 9 Shimmering Feathers and will leap to the next platform. The tanks, healers, and 2 DPS should grab these feathers, allowing you to leap to the next platform quickly, as well as giving you an extra action button, allowing you to instantly kill spiderlings. Players who must use the bridge should be careful not to fall into the tornadoes. Spiderlings will spawn while players run across the bridge. The 2 DPS players with feathers should use their extra action button to kill the spiderlings, but take care not to kill them on or near the bridge, as the tornadoes on the bridge will touch the venom pools dropped by killing the adds. The main tank mechanic for this fight is Raking Talons. Renferal will place a debuff on the tank, inflicting 3 million damage as well as increasing the damage taken from consecutive Raking Talons by 200% per stack. The off tank should taunt this as soon as the main tank receives the debuff. You will repeat these mechanics on each platform, the only difference being that each platform has one unique mechanic. The first platform's mechanic is Tangled Webs. When Renferal lands from her Vile Ambush, she will place webs across the floor. After 2 seconds, any players remaining in these webs will spawn spiderlings. Just make sure to run out of the webbed area. On the second platform, while in Rock form, Renferal will cast 2 new abilities, Razor Wing and Violent Winds. Razor Wing is a frontal cone attack targeting the main tank. This attack must be avoided by every raid member or you will die. Violent Winds, on the other hand, is a frontal cone attack that the entire raid must stack in. While in the frontal cone, all players will get pushed back. If you have a Protection Paladin, you can cheese this mechanic by having him cast Blessing of Spell Warning on the tank currently tanking the boss, allowing the tank to solo tank the Violent Winds. Once the boss transitions to the third platform, she will continuously cast Nightmare Spawn, spawning egg sacs around the room that will eventually pop and spawn spiderlings. When she lands from her next Vile Ambush, she will pop all egg sacs on the platform. You should kill her before she casts Vile Ambush, or you will most likely wipe. If Vile Ambush is cast, then have the third tank pull the adds away from the boss and have the ranged DPS quickly AoE them down. That's all for this fight. If you have any suggestions for future content, please drop a comment down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Thanks for watching.